Alright folks, and we're back with another video. So this time I'm going to do a little grinding, a little fixing up of a curved or bent tip soldering tip. And of course, now you watch YouTube videos, and of course there are guys on there who are a lot more knowledgeable than I am, and every one of them are like, hey man, you got to get a bent tip, a soldering tip if you're going to be doing SMD boards. And I bought this one. Of course, it was cheap. It was like 10 pieces for 10 bucks, so it's like a buck each. And the tip, for some reason, is too long, and heat doesn't get to the tip. And I've messed up 4. The 5th one I actually got correct, as you can see right here. So compare them. See, the one that I grind it down is this one, and it works perfectly, and it works really nice. And here is the one that doesn't. So let me attach it. I'll be right back. All right, folks, and welcome back. So let's test it. See here. Should have. Didn't have the correct. Here we go. Alright, so I'm trying to look off to the side here. Let me turn the fan on so I get the smoke out of my face. That's the main thing, is getting the smoke out of your face so that you're not inhaling smoke. Okay. Any new tip you want to tin with solder, or you can use some tinner. Did I get the other side? Okay, let's get the other side. There we go. Alright, so, and on this one, if you put some solder on the tip, it does melt. Then it sucks the solder up onto the tip. And I'm pressing down pretty hard. See here. Usually with other tips, and I've been using the straight tips. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take these, expert YouTube dudes advice and get some bent tip. But yeah, it's look at that. It's doing nothing. It just put like a little hole. Now, but if you put the side on there like this, well, okay, there you go. Then it will melt, but the tip itself won't do. See here. Alright, same with the melting it. See here. Okay. Usually you should be able to put the tip of your solder onto the tip of the soldering tip, and it should start melting like pretty much right away, and this is not. And yeah, some solder finally flowed down from the I guess the solder that got sucked up. Yeah, and usually the solder should stay close to the tip so that when you put it on the board, it I'll even put it here, and of course this here is solder that's just been melted, and it's having a hard time even melting this. Yeah, and of course the solder from the tip fell into the pile here, pile of already melted solder, and then it started melting. And yeah, it should be melting a lot better. I have my soldering iron turned to like 700 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's like hot. That's super hot. That should easily melt even leaded, or I mean unleaded wire. So okay, let me set up the grinding and be back. And of course, gotta let the cool down. Turn the fan off. But be back. Alright folks, welcome back. So hopefully I don't screw this up, because again I got the camera that's partially blocking my view. Alright, so what you need is some sort of a rotary tool, Dremel, or a Chinese knockoff. I'm using this one is cordless, so I'm using it. It's a Chinese knockoff. Well, I guess it's not really a Chinese knockoff since they didn't call it Dremel. Yeah, I've never heard of this brand. Alright, so yeah, let's see here. It does have 3-speed. So here we go. Yeah, I'm gonna put on low because I don't wanna. And of course, make sure you only need to put paper towel down too. It doesn't really fly everywhere. There's no spark. There's really, of course, I'm behind the magnifying glass, so. But if you're doing this, use, of course, goggles. You can wear gloves if you want to. A little bit, yeah, and it is solid all the way up to up here because I just used like a pair of big pliers or cutters, and I just cut it, and it's okay. It's solid all the way up to like this spot up here where it's solid up to where it bends. A little bit more. And yes, it is getting hot. I think that's good enough. Yeah, take off a little bit more. See here. Yeah, trying to get it as round as I can. It's not, of course, it's not going to be like from the factory, so. Okay, I think I got it. That looks like the other one that I did. So let's see here. Okay, yep, it looks almost the same. So yeah, I was trying to get the point. Let's see, to about a a 0.02 millimeter or a 0.2 millimeter. All right, so let me pause it and get everything set up. See if this works. All right, folks, we'll come back. So it is. Let's see here. Hold on. Let's try to tin it. Yeah, I've been calling it tin tinner. It's actually tip tinner. And yes, and these tip tinners do come in a small container. Of course, if you look online, you can't tell. And if you look online, and you don't have someone's hand or something or they don't, it says in a 20 grams, but even then, I thought it was going to be like a big container, kind of like what the regular flux and stuff comes in. But yeah, I mean, look, it says 20 grams, so that's pretty small. Let's see here if I can. Huh, okay, it's actually sticking. Let's see here. Yeah, and that's basically bare copper underneath. So basically you have the tin. The way that these are made is that this the shaft of the tip is is a iron, and then towards the tip what's that, copper, and of course you have the tin, or the rosin tin stuff covering the copper on the tip. Okay, I'm going to do it twice. And yes, I've used this for quite a bit. Yeah, any new tip that you get, you want to do this. You want to tin it with some let's see. Okay, nice. Look at that, nice and shiny. So yeah, so nice and shiny. So you want to get some some solder on there to tin it, and then use the tip tinner. See here. Okay, I'm going to actually move this. I don't want the metal to get onto the board, so I'll take this out of the way. Alright, so here we go. Here's the one I was, yes, it melts right away. No problem. Yeah, I probably should put some flux on that to keep it from getting pointy, but no, screw it. I'll leave that as is. See how well it melts solder. All right. Of course, I'm using lead 6337 lead solder. So let's see here. Put some on the tip, and yeah, and this one, when you stick some on the tip, it stays on the tip and it doesn't like ride up on the okay. And of course, when you put it down, the solder you put on the tip goes onto the board. Same as here. Okay, but let's not put any on there. And yep, when I put the solder onto the tip, it melts right away. And now some people are like, well, you gotta put, well, this is like a big old strip. So if you stick the tip on there and wait for the surface to get hot, you're gonna be waiting for a while. But either way, there's really no wrong or right way, to melt solder onto a board. You can do it with the putting a little bit on the tip and then sticking it on the board, or sticking it on there, waiting for the board to heat up, and then stick your, like right here. I guess since I'm at the very edge, the board heated up pretty quickly. I was able to, like right there. But either way, you can do that, or just if you're in a hurry, just stick the tip on there and put the solder on the tip real quick. It will melt on. Or you can wait 2 or 3 seconds for the board to get hot, like here. 1, 2, 3, and there it goes. It melts on.